drink champagne, I'm totally vibing. It's true what they say, it's all about timing.
Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to Unscripted. My name is C Chronicles and I post vlogs as well as fragrance content on this platform. Now, we call this platform Unscripted because I just post anything and everything, that comes to mind. So if you like that style of content, where it's a mixed bag, please do consider subscribing and joining the family. Now, if you're returning, thank you so much for the continued support. I'm in the process of building my fragrance library, guys. While I was trying to pack the fragrances, before I show you the little library, as I noticed that I have a lot of, pairs of fragrances like minis that made me buy the full-size bottles, and I thought maybe for the sake of just having a fun video and aesthetics, you might want to see a video of this nature. So this is going to be me showing you some miniature fragrances that actually ended up making me buy full-sized bottles. Let's start with this one, guys. This is Carolina Herrera, the Good Girl. This is a little one. You can see how cute this is. And I know that, say, if you are, for instance, buying fragrances not as a collector, doing this method makes no sense. But because I'm into fragrances, I love fragrances, I find that it's easier for me to either get a tester first, a miniature first, before buying the full, the full-size bottle. So if a fragrance then works for me, I then buy the full size. And the grand plan in future is for me to end up with a library of the smaller ones, because I do tend to get overwhelmed when stuff becomes too much. So I think eventually I would like to collect fragrances in this manner, where I end up with just the little miniature ones and then I use the full size, right? Okay, so the next one that I bought independently as a mini was this one, okay, Versace Dylan Blue, okay. And take note, if you're a staunch, like a day one from my other channel and on this channel, you know that I do always say I hardly use my minis. I only use them if, for example, they come in vials like this, because these vials are very hard to keep, one, and then two, you actually have to check the name to see what it is, and three, they're not very, aesthetically pleasing. So when a mini comes or a travel size comes in like this, I use it. But when it comes in the actual bottle like this, I always, try to keep the little miniature in the library, so that after all is said and done, for my grandkids or whatever, it's going to be something that looks like this. Very small little miniatures instead of like gigantic bottles. Another one that I bought first as a miniature was this one, and this influenced me to buy this. I actually am on bottle number 4 now. This is Angel Muse. If you love Nutella, if you love chocolate, if you love, the smell of hay, if you love woodsy fragrances, if you love sweet fragrances, you're gonna love this. This is not juvenile. It does give me a winter tone of a fragrance. Very heavy there, right? From the house of Mugler. And this is how the little miniature looks like. And you can see how cute this is, guys. So cute, so cute. That's why I have it in my collection. I think I'm gonna fill it up a little bit because when I used a little bit of it to test it, to decide to buy the bigger one, I did not fill it up. I think I'm going to fill it up because the Angel or the Mugler fragrances come in refillable bottles. Now this, I'm going to have to confess, I do have like a love-hate relationship with this fragrance because it can be a little bit too much. Okay, Ghost Deep Night can be a little too much, very wintry there, kind of evening scent. Some can call it a date night scent, but it was mostly the price that made me think, might as well just buy, full size and that. So this is a 30 ml, and then this is the bigger one, right? So that's another one there. So yeah, Carolina Herrera was the first one, and then Versace Dylan Blue, with this little baby there, Angel Muse, and then that Ghost Deep Night. And then another one I purchased in full size was this, after of course buying this miniature. Blip is not a fragrance I'm completely crazy about, but it's like, the Carolina Herrera shoe. It's one of those fragrances that every girl at some point, would have wanted to own this because of the bottle. I like the work that they put there. I don't think YSL has put in so much work in a bottle like they've done in the lib one. I say this because they do have black opium and stuff, and black opium is just a round square bottle with that round see-through thing and whatever, but this is very nice. It's very, very beautiful to look at. Okay, so this is lip, and it was this little miniature that made me purchase the lip. Now, if you want to test fragrances, guys, or if you are contemplating on a fragrance channel and you cannot, afford to buy some of these fragrances in full size, I find that doing things this way makes a lot of sense, because one, you get the experience to see if you really like the fragrance. Two, you do not end up like with a gazillion bottles there just cluttering the whole place. But of course, if you can get a hold of the minis, because the minis can be a little bit difficult to get. Sometimes you get them in gift sets, like in this case. This one came as a gift set, but unfortunately this little mini is not going to make it to my library because it's a travel size little vial, so it's probably going to break. It's, I wouldn't be able to keep it properly. They're very hard, to kind of store. But this is the Dolce & Gabbana, the only one. And then this is the miniature of that, or otherwise known as the travel size. So put that on the side. And I do have other fragrances that I've bought, not because I got the miniatures of them, but because I got the testers of them. Let's see if I can find a little tester for this. Oh yeah, and sorry guys if I'm all over the place. This I'm gonna try and hunt in the miniature bottle, because they do have a little bottle, like a 5 ml bottle that looks like this. So I'm gonna finish this and then see if I can get a seller maybe on eBay or something that's got the actual bottle, and then buy the little miniature in that, because what I want is the actual bottles in my collection, not the vials. Okay, the next fragrance is gonna be Bulgari, the Roman Night. This I do not have a miniature of, but this video is about fragrances or testers that made me end up buying full-size bottles. So I went into the store. I wasn't looking for this gold here. I was actually looking for something else, and then I got these testers to try at home. I took them. The sales lady was generous. I think she gave me 2 or 3 or something like that. I took them home, and I just thought, oh, I love this fragrance. It's very nice summery scent built around mulberry. If you love mulberries, you're gonna love this one. But it's a light type of scent. It's not the sort, that I would recommend for somebody who is in like a very cold climate most of the time. Next up is gonna be this little baby here. Let's do it like this. Okay, next up is gonna be this little girl Hain. Okay, so this little one made me buy this one. Okay, made me buy this one. So you can see how cute this is. And if you love fragrances, then you totally understand. If you don't, then you won't understand this. But I guess if you don't, you wouldn't be on this channel now, would you? Okay, sorry if the box is a distraction. And this is the best way to make sure that I don't break my fragrances. This did not come, well, I didn't get a miniature of this first. It actually came as a gift set, but I just thought to show you as well. Okay, so these are also good even for gifting. Say for instance, you don't like the travel size vial, you can gift. This is quite generous, so Mugler, because I think this is a 10 or 15 ml, and then this is the full size. Okay, so this is Angel. It's different from Angel Muse. It's different from Angel Muse, but it does smell a lot like Angel Muse. If you like Angel Muse, you're most likely gonna like that, but that's much stronger, more younger, more youthful, that sort of thing. That's what you're gonna get from this Angel, the original Angel. The Muse is more on the mature side, for people like us, and that's that fragrance. Okay, so another one I bought as a miniature was this one, because I remember using this growing up. This is an old fragrance. I think this is like a 70s or 80s kind of fragrance. If I'm wrong, then it's a 90s one, but it's nowhere near the 2020s or something. It's an old fragrance. Obsession by Calvin Klein. I bought it, and when I showed up, I was like, no way, I'm gonna use this. This is very cute. I would rather keep this in my collection and then just buy the full size. Okay, and then of course, use the full size. And I have used it a little bit. The reason why it's still pretty much full is, if you know this fragrance, this is a heavy duty fragrance. This is a woodsy, spicy, even like masculine toned type of fragrance, you know, the one that's even very heady there, even vintesque, okay? Yeah, it's just a ton of spices, but very nice fragrance. And for this, I'm gonna say, if you go in for it because of the price and you're not into the golden oldies, then try and get a little mini first. The mini in itself is not ridiculously small. This is a 30 ml, so that could actually do as a full size. So that's a 30 ml and then that's 100 ml, but you could try the little mini first. If the little mini works for you, then you can as well go ahead and buy the full size. The next one I have is this. This one doesn't have a miniature, as in, you know, the shape of the bottle, and I don't think Guess bothers to do that. Because I noticed that they're very generous, you know, with the gift sets where you get the fragrance and then you get the vial, but they almost always have their fragrances like this. I haven't seen a Guess as yet that's, you know, done like to look like the actual big bottles. So this is going to be one of those that I'm going to have to finish, because these vials are very, very fragile. First of all, they roll all over the place. Even if you put them in a handbag, there's a chance that if you put something heavy on top of a vial, it breaks. So not gonna last that long in my collection, this particular one. The one that might end up in the library is maybe gonna be the big size. I will use exceptions, you know, when it comes to this. Like for instance, I'm not gonna go and look for another, like I know this I can get in a little miniature like look-alike bottle, but I'm not gonna waste my time with that. I'm just gonna finish this and then maybe keep this in the library. But the whole plan of the library is to have the little bottles, you know, that look like the bigger size, okay? So the next one I want to show you guys is this. I bought these separately. The one that came first was this one. This one and the other sister, they came in a miniature box of 4. One was the Versace Bright Crystal. The other one was the one that was cloned by Guess. What is it called? Versace Eros. Okay, I didn't buy the Eros because I find it very close to Guess, but I love Eros. But it was this one and this one that I ended up buying in full size. So little baby for the Versace Crystal Noir looks like this. This is a nice tropical fragrance, tropical scent, tropical vibe, built around coconut and fruits, but can be too much of a good thing, this. So caution. You may want to get a little taster of this before you pull the trigger. You may want to get a little mini of it, you know, something like that. But it's just one of those fragrances that a little can just be too much for you. Initially, you'll fall in love with it, it will wow you, and then after that, it starts to do some type of thing to you. Another fragrance that I bought as a mini was the Tom Ford. Okay, I bought the Tom Ford as a mini, and this is Rose Prick. I love Rose Prick. And then ended up pulling the trigger on the big one because I just love Rose Prick. It's one of those fragrances that I feel, you know, you ought to invest in. I'm trying to make sure that they don't obstruct each other. Okay, so another miniature little vial that I got is this one. Where does it say Cloud? This is Cloud. Okay, I think it's been in my collection for a while. And I noticed with Ariana, when it comes to these ones, except for the little miniatures that come, you know, like the little bottles like that come in the look-alike of the bottle, of the bigger bottles, she doesn't bother sometimes with the naming and stuff. Okay, so this is the miniature for that. Why it looks a bit discolored is I decided to punch it up with the actual oil for Baccarat Rouge, because I wanted it to contain the oil. So this is very oily in concentration. I don't know if you can see that. Let me show you guys. It's very oily in concentration. It doesn't come like this. It comes light colored, but it's very oily in concentration because I did actually open it up, because with these, you can actually open them like that. So I opened it up, and if you know me, you know I love my oils. And then I decided to add the oil in it, you know, to just make sure that I pump it up there and make it stronger, okay? But it is the miniature for Cloud, okay? For Cloud. So this is Cloud. This is Ariana Grande's Cloud. So we're gonna put it, let's put it next to this one so that the blues can just be in one place there. Let's just put it next to, let's put it next to this one. You see how I don't like the vials, because this can just roll over and crush on the other side. And then there's Cartier, this overlay. Love this one. And I mean, who gets to use this? They're so pretty, you would never use them. You see, this is why you need to, or if you're like me, you end up buying the bigger size, because this is so beautiful. It's just so nice to look at that you just, I don't know, I can't see myself, say, opening it this and dabbing it on myself and using it and then trashing the bottle and stuff like that. So this was the reason why I ended up getting the bigger size of this overlay. I've had this one in my collection for a while now. Let's just remind myself. Very nice, very nice. The sort of fragrance that you will like, if you like floral fragrances, if you like Jordamers, you know, those type of fragrances, you're gonna like that. And then last but certainly not least, because I do have a couple of fragrances coming in the mail, is gonna be, of course, this little tester. Okay, I got a couple of these. They were like maybe 2 or 3. Okay, I think I got, you see, so I finished this one. And then I decided, no, I need to buy the full one. This one was actually easy. I got it day one. The second day I went and I bought the full size. And this is now my second bottle of the Fenty. If you don't have Fenty in your collection, guys, and this is not a paid promotion. Rihanna doesn't even know my name, but she nailed it on this fragrance. She nailed it on this fragrance. So yeah, guys, that's going to be the last one. Okay, that's going to be the Fenty. So I hope you did enjoy this casual sit down video. This was about fragrances or miniature fragrances that made me buy the full size. I do have a lot of other little mini vials like that, but I didn't want to, you know, dig into that. I just wanted to show you mostly the miniatures that made me buy the full-sized bottle. And it is the miniature library that I intend to have, you know, after all is said and done. I want to buy a display cabinet. I'm going to see if I can insert it in the video, because I did see a gorgeous rotating display cabinet where I'm going to put all my minis in there and then use up the bigger bottles. I can trash the bigger bottles unless they are refillable, like the Muglers, then I can refill them. If they're not, you know, refillable, then I'm just gonna trash the bottles. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. This has just been a casual sit down video. For those of you that like just, you know, casual sit down videos, let me know your thoughts on miniature fragrances. Are you like me? Do you feel the same when it comes to miniature fragrances? I know, you know, financially sometimes they do not make sense, but as a reviewer myself, I don't have a problem, you know, hoarding miniature fragrances. So you let me know your thoughts. Do you like miniature fragrances? Are they something that you keep? Do you use miniature fragrances and then trash the bottles and stuff like that? Just let me know. I'd love to know. Please turn post notifications on both the channels. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Meanwhile, like and share this one, guys. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.